Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Habitual Line Crosser. Knox wants to say hello. Do you want to tell us about the communists out there again? You want to tell us? Tell me, hey, are they outside, Knox? Knox, hey, speak. Okay, they're outside? Okay. He'll get a treat. What is going on from ex-Navy Don't Touch the Boats? What is going on, everybody? I've been gone for, I think, 2 weekends now? I can't even remember. I have been so unbelievably busy, man. New puppy, army, being busy as hell, trying to keep up with content, but hopefully, fingers crossed, this weekend I finally get some time to do what I have been really wanting to do. The kid is 1-0 versus UFOs. Yeah, I saw that. And, you know, a lot of people, I guess they didn't see the news because they were like, hey, you know, this is old news. He'd already done this. I was like, no, this is completely new. He just did it a while ago and no one said anything about it. I was really curious about how I was going to spin it, and I hope you guys enjoy that video that I just made. Don't shoot at Dawkins, for Christ's sake, don't kill. HLC just became an Eagle Scout. Hey, congratulations, man. I think it's time for me to join the military. What branch? Narrowed it down to Army, National Guard, Marines, and Air Force. Here's the thing, John. I'm going to tell you the truth. The military will always get what they want out of you. They will always get that, no matter what. So join what you want. Think about it like that. Lebanon's getting glassed. I saw that. It is the thing, you know, I don't want anyone, like, no one really, I can't say no one, almost nobody really deserves to get, you know, an explosive dropped on their head. But I find it hard to feel bad for people who, like, when they're getting hit, there's missiles inside their buildings. Like, I'm trying to pay attention to everything, and yeah, I mean, nothing's perfect, but give the kid his intercept memory back. Do you have any idea how much energy it takes to deneuralize a plane? Can I do my buff voice? All right, I got you.
So what do you want to hear from the buff? Everyone always wants to talk to me, but you know what? I spend too much time just kind of relaxing as much as I can.
Don't talk about, yeah, we don't talk about that because you might summon him. I see Scotland. When you were 19 kilo, what was it like? I loved the job. I really did. I enjoyed it. But here's the thing. Here's kind of what's growing up. And don't get me wrong. I had so much fun doing it. It's the job placement sucks. Like there's almost nothing that you're really qualified for. And I'm not trying to talk shit. I loved being a tanker. I love my tankers. It's just there's really not a lot of job placement. You go work for General Dynamics. That's about it. Commies at the door, get them food. Wait, get them food. They will defect and go. That's funny. That's funny. I don't know if you guys can kind of see it. It's in the top right corner of the dog camera. There's a little kennel over there for Fritz because he's been losing his damn mind. And I got to keep that gremlin locked up. What do I actually think of the Russian military? So here's the thing, and this is what I've kind of learned about the Russian military. They can have all the right tools. They have no idea how, like, they're not trained properly. When I say trained properly, I'm talking about things like, it's so wild to me to see equipment on its own with no support. It's just so strange to me because it's just not something that we do. It's very strange to me to see one Russian just sitting in a bunker kind of waiting. Like it's strange because we don't do that. Like never have we done that. We take initiative and we always push, always push, always push. Like we're never just sitting there waiting for orders to come down. It's just a very strange thing to me. Can I do a Native American voice? Oh shit, I might get canceled for that one. Okay. Fuck, no, I haven't even practiced that one. No, I don't think so. I'm ordering some pizza. You want some? I always want pizza. Pizza is a great thing. Congratulations, John Donlek. Welcome to the nest, fellow Eagle Scout. Oh, shit. Yeah, you're another Eagle Scout. You know, one of my best friends growing up as a kid was an Eagle Scout, and I never got into the Scouts, you know. It teaches kids a lot, and it's important. So, really, really, it's a good thing for your kids. It really is. What a brother got to do to get you to play Star Citizen again? Clone me. I don't... Like, I would love to sit on my ass and do nothing this weekend but play video games. But so let me tell you guys where I'm at right now. I have almost all the research done for my next USA versus the World. I got to record that, get that done. I have something that I've been working on for months, and Eli Double Tap helped me kind of work out the kinks with it, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. But it's going to take a lot of effort on my end. I already got the follow-up video for the one that dropped today. It's going to be a trash day or no trash day, and I understand it's going to be a little bit awkward considering what just happened with Franklin. And I just got a new PC case because I love this case. Don't get me wrong. It still works. The airflow in it is hot garbage, and I mean it's a simple ATX mid fractal design $50 case, and that's fine. But I made it a rocket ship. So like, I have a 4090, a Ryzen 9 5900X, 3 hard drives, 2 of them are 1 terabyte each. One of them is a 250 gig, and then 1,000-watt power supply and AIO. Like, I made a rocket ship here, and it's just not breathing the way I need it to. So I'm on top of everything else. I have to find time to do that. F1 isn't on the weekend, so thank you for being here Friday. Of course, haven't sent money in a month here. Sorry, dude, never apologize for not sending money. I just want you guys to come hang out and ask me lots of questions, and I try and keep up as much as I can. When we get in the B-21 Stealthy Crater Maker.
Would you intercept me?
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hello,
Wither!
Chelsea, welcome back. Will you be at the Dallas show with the Unsubscribe podcast?
Unfortunately, during that time, I'll be teaching. I will, my schedule just picked back up. I'm going to have students, pretty much every month until, I'm able to get time away. So I'm trying. Mostly I have to find time in between, classes to get surgery. I have 4 pending surgeries right now. So I'm trying to get on those as fast as I possibly can, to get those taken care of. How's it been? I'm hurting, bro. Icy Plays, I'm hurting, man. I'm a little behind. Let me try and catch up here. Love your content, and so do my employees. Thank you so much, Dirk, for sharing it with them. We watch your videos every Friday. Also, I have a question for Franklin. Trash day or no trash day? Let me see if I can do this without you guys knowing how I make the noise.
So, what Franklin said is, we already did that video for HLC, and, so you're just gonna have to wait and see. But it's more on the positive side, I would say that. A little fucker.
There you go. I got you. Also, Grandpa Buff has your vote for this election. That's awesome. Grandpa's opinion on West Taiwan.
Oh, those communists are always trying to do something fucking wild.
Getting back to Wither, I just got down to where you commented. By the way, thank you all. I'm trying to keep up with this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to any of their live shows. I would love to, even if I'm not a part of it, even if I can just go support. I would love to do that, but it's a matter of finding the time. First stream, just tagged you on Twitter. On Twitter. Apparently in China there was a pipe that exploded, poop rained down everywhere. Now I'm gonna have to go check. Now I gotta check Twitter. I love Twitter. It's a cesspool. If you guys don't have a Twitter, it's awful. I love it. I love every part about it because nothing's serious there. You can say whatever the hell you want. You can make shit up, and you're never gonna get fucking banned. So it's just funny as hell. Recently learned about that silly Kandahar giant story. Was wondering if you had any creepy stories from your time overseas. I guess the creepiest one, and I told it, I think a while ago on, the first time I was on Unsub. It was the middle of the night, is Halloween night. And again, this isn't creepy per se, but in the middle of the night, it kind of is. So we're right next to this, cemetery, and we stop, we do a short halt, kind of a look and listen, and we're just sitting there, NVGs on, noise and light discipline, not making much noise, just trying to see what's going on in our area. And for some reason, we all smelled blueberry muffins. No one said anything. No one, we didn't look around do you smell that? No one said anything. By the way, I don't even know if Afghans know how to make blueberry muffins, but it was something that we had never smelled while we were in that country. We're like, what the fuck? And we get back from that patrol Halloween night. It was midnight when we got back, and we were just like, hey, was I the only one who smelled it? And they're like, no, dude, I smelled it too. What the fuck? It's about the creepiest thing that I guess we experienced while we were over there. There's going to be a Singapore character. I want to add a lot more characters. It's a matter of me learning, having time to learn the accent and kind of come up with the persona behind the character. But I do want to add more. For the 12 F-35B and 8 F-35A, Uncle Sam will take care of the nerd. We'll take care of the nerd. I'm glad you guys got him taken care of. I think somebody sent me, I think it was on Instagram. I can't remember his name. I'm terrible with names. But we just, I guess there was a last flight of F-16s out of, what country was it? And they were going to either Ukraine or other places because they're getting F-35s. In an alternate universe, the F-22 is female.
Listen, you don't know what I identify as.
Wither!
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Have you heard of the mutant missile utility transformation via articulated nose technology? I just found out about the concept recently. Side note, Terry's some creepy shit that happens in MU parks I work in.
Wait, you're looking at MU parks. I don't know what an MU park is. You're talking an amusement park? No, and I've never heard of the mutant. I'm putting it on the notes because that sounds right up my alley. There we go. All right. Sorry. Could you tiz him out about the silkworm missiles, please? Oh my God. Who do those belong to? Shit. Oh my God. I've read something about the silkworm missile. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Mike. I tell you what, let me take a look. Let me take a look. All right. I don't know why I said that 3 times. I just did. I've read about this thing, but I don't know. Oh, yeah. I remember. I read about the silkworm. The reason why I don't remember it is because North Korea, in my USA versus the World North Korea has a variant of this. I think they call it the Soju or something. And I said it looked like an Acme rocket. Persian Gulf War, Iraq War, but that's the HY-3, HY-2, Silkworm missile. I'm going to have to look into this more, man. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to keep up here. Are thinking of doing a Halloween-themed video? Yes. I don't know what it's going to look like yet, but yes, that is a plan. And why is it Iron Man since it killed?
Listen, a lot of things happen in movies that don't happen in real life. I don't hear any one of you talking about the whale that jumped over the child in the 90s.
I'm sorry. The buff is also in Miramar today. The buff is all over the place, man. That shit pipe had 100 psi behind it. Holy sweet Jesus. I'm pumping pickle. I eat raw. What? Out of the turlet? What is happening? Oh my god, I hate it when it does that. I'll scroll down a little bit. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, thank you so much, Jim. Shellhammer. Shellhammer. I'm sorry. Mandatory funds, new merch. Sorry, I'm trying to read through as much as I can. Will the Canadian UAP get a voice? I don't know. I mean, if we start hearing about UAPs a lot more often, I'm more inclined to create something like that. But if it's like a one and done, maybe not. You're a silkworm, Iran. Oh, yeah, I mean, well, everybody had this shit that's over there. The Fat Electrician uploaded, but HLC streaming now. You got to choose. Look, I'm going to tell you, I love Nick. I love him. He's a great dude, and honestly, kind of a bit of a mentor to me in the social media space. But you made the right choice being here. Just saying. Just saying. What is up, everybody? Silkworm hit the. Is that the one that they're saying hit the frigate? Or no, that was the oil tanker. I got it. I haven't had much time. Like I literally just get barely a little bit of news time, and then I just got to move on. Hold on. As part 2 of my F-22 hates the Iron Man thing, the 35 could hate Hulk for the same reason. True. Took one of those. He did take one of those in Avengers when he flew off of one of them, right? They were, shit, I can't remember exactly what happened. Dude, my brain is mush right now. Wither again!
I'd intercept me.
I meant my parks. Like in one of my parks that I will not disclose for my job safety, where apparently the Texas Rangers executed a ton of Native Americans. Now it's haunted.
Yeah. So here on Fort Sill, there's a Native American burial ground where Geronimo is buried. And I've gone out there a few times, show my family and stuff like that. Like, yeah, this is where he's buried. And, we from what I've understood from my Native American friends, it's like as long as you bring something, it can be literally coins, it can be a pack of gum, like just anything, just kind of a, thank you for allowing me to come here and, share this time with you. I'm not like Native American. I mean, I guess I am a little bit, but like, no, I don't know much about it. But yeah, a bunch of my friends were like, we're going to go out there at night and take pictures. I was like, you fucking go right ahead. No thanks. I want no part of that. I don't do spooky stuff. We're reading the Geneva checklist, eh? A little bit. Good old Canadians. Hello. Sorry, I'm late. Can we restart? Pretty much what you missed. Nothing really big. So first thing happened, Knox said an entire sentence in plain, clear English, American English, obviously. Number 2, I explained the inner workings of how we learn to break the atom, and how if we do that enough, we could probably rip a hole in the time-space continuum and actually birth a new universe. So there's that. Yeah, I think that was all I went over. So again, you didn't really miss much. KC-10 retired yesterday. Royal Netherlands. That's the one. Cars and airplanes. See, was it you who sent it to me?
Oh, yeah, everybody always wants to talk about Grandpa Buff.
It needs to be a poop knife reference at some point. Poop knife? I know that from somewhere. Where is that from? Oh my god, guys. It's been a couple weeks. Everything, my focus has been just working. Yesterday, I limped through the front door because my hip is fucked up. That's the first surgery I'm getting. And I limped through the front door, sat down on the couch, still in uniform. My wife was like, hey, you need to, chill out. And I was like, I got videos I got to go to work on. I got to go to work. And like, I literally got off of work 30 seconds and went straight back to work. And I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love doing it for you guys. I really do. I enjoy just making you happy. It's just, it's rough on a body. Could I elaborate on the kids' intercept? Blue Jay, I wish I could. Right now, all we know is that there's like a grainy photo of it. It almost looks like a CD. Like, I got it, flying saucer, whatever. Grainy photo, and the Canadians, like, just out of nowhere, they're like, yeah, the F-22 shot that thing down. And like, that's it. We didn't get anything else. Welcome, Daryl. Alcoholism is on the left. Oh, sorry, I had a burp. Depression is on the right. Be careful you don't trip and fall on any feelings. When is the Buff's alternate personality coming back? You know what's crazy is I forgot that I did that. I really did. And I think you're the second person, or maybe you just asked twice, to ask about it, because it's so like it's such a niche thing that happened so long ago. So I do want to bring him back. I need a reason. Don't touch the boats.
Do not touch the boats.
HLC, fan of your stuff for a long time. Thank you, PJ. First time donor. Again, thank you. Wondering if you play any military video games like Arma 3 or Escape from Tarkov. Right now, so I would love to. I really would. I just don't have the spare time to put into those video games that like I would even be good at them. So to me, they're just rage inducing. So I'm like, I'll just play my PvE games. Like I've been playing Enshrouded, like 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, just working on my base and just building this and building that and just, I'm going to go harvest this material. And then, my wife's like, hey, let's have this, let's go do this, let's go do this. And like, so it's all right. So I come up here, I work, and then it's like, oh, okay, cool. I'll play the video game for 10 minutes. And, she's like, oh, can you feed the dogs? Oh yeah, I got it. No problem. And I'll take care of that. So it's time. Time is a son of a bitch right now. I would love to. Like, I love video games. I love like almost every type of video game. Not a Fortnite fan. I can appreciate the art style. Not my forte. I like survival games. Not a Minecraft fan. Again, Minecraft, I can appreciate the art style. Not what I enjoy. So, yeah. If all your streaming friends were on a plane that crashed in the mountains and Eli ate all the snacks, who would you eat first? Stop starvation, and why is a donut operator? I'm trying to argue with this logic. So here's the thing. Fuck, how do I argue with this logic? Because I'm thinking about it. Like Brandon, probably packing. Donut, most likely packing as well. Nick can beat my ass, but Nick has also proven that he can beat Donut's ass. And I have a mild amount of survival skills. So, the maths. And Eli's kind of like the ringleader. I don't know. He's the ordnance wizard with his console and radar. He casts his mighty spell with his magic missile. Magic missile! I would love to fire a missile in combat and yell magic missile. That would be the greatest thing ever. Dooms them all to heck with his OCP robe and his wizard's patrol hat from his console to his radar. He is the best. Falling forever, I love it. I'm fucking here for it, man. I absolutely love that shit. Stationed over in Bahrain, I know it's hot there. I experienced UAE, and I'm just told that Bahrain's worse. So, best of luck to you. It's complete chaos here. Oil tanker fucked us all up. PCS soon. Hope to be to see the unsub in Atlanta. I'll hit up Eli again, and I'll be like, hey, man, because they're going to be in Dallas. That's the closest one to me, and it's on a Sunday. But it's while I'm teaching, so I'd have to go down there, and it's 3 hours away. So go down there, check it out, and then at 10 to midnight, drive 3 hours back here, and then get up for PT and go to PT at 6:30. Like that's some fucking new kid in the military shit. Once Human is neat for survival. I do like Once Human. I'm telling you, I love Enshrouded. Enshrouded is fucking good, man. And they got another update coming soon. I have built... Here, actually, I have some pictures. No, not that folder. Hold on. Boom. So, we'll start, actually. Careful with the donations here for a second. We're just going to show you some things. This is the front of my base. I got some heads there.
How long till we realistically release the kid?
I have no idea. This is I started out down here. Actually, I started in here. This is almost all hollow, and then I started making like all that, and I'm still working on it. It's still a work in progress. This is inside that metal box down there. It's kind of like a gate, a pass through. Where is this? Is a crypt. I built this out of boredom. I don't even know what I'm going to use it for. It's there in the bottom of the mountain. What is this? My storage room right here. This is like my main area. Back there's my headroom where I mounted all the heads of the bad guys that I've killed. This is the headroom. Bronze, standard. There's the wyvern, and then behind me is the silver. Where is my storage room? There it is. Look at that. if you play survival games, that's a good looking storage room. I don't know why my camera's all jacked up, but we're going to go back to chatting. Don't worry about why the kid was here. We just get each other. You have video game brain. You blew through that last super chat without giving much of it. I know that Mrs. Linecrosser, I'm still working my way through them. Hold on. I know it played, but it's because I haven't adjusted the in-game ones to only play at a certain rate. Tried to touch the boats in the Red Sea. I did see that. I just saw that. Literally, my video went live, and like an hour later, I saw that a bunch of drones and missiles were fired at American ships, and I'm like, oh, real missed opportunity. You gonna check out Sea Power, Naval Combat in the Missile Age. Is that a video game? I've never even heard of that. But in which situation would the kit be used? Okay, Mrs. Linecrosser, you can relax. Work at a gas station at night. Any tips to ward off the meth zombies? I can't give you a specific tip, but there are tools that can be used. They're made, the companies you want to look for, Glock, Smith & Wesson, no, I'm just kidding. Usually cover them in water. That kind of just, it ruins their high, so they want to leave. When is my next unsubscribe appearance? When I can manage to get surgery and go back down there. I'm not saying they want me back. Like, they do. They do. Those guys are absolutely amazing. But it's just, I really just have to ask. Like, Nick and Eli both told me, like, you want on the podcast? Just ask. And we'll just do a podcast. Okay. My raccoon Steve may have crashed into a Blackhawk. What? Why do you have a raccoon? All right, let me... Oh, moderator, thank you for slowing things down. So I'm trying to... Do you do D&D? I used to when I had time. Okay, how long till we realistically release the kid? So with this... The kid will be used in the same capacity that the F-15 and the Abrams was used in Desert Storm. It's not going to be used just to fight for the purpose of fighting, right? It's too expensive, it's too advanced, and on the off chance their radar can even pick it up, then they get information about it, right? So things like that are used to send a message. Uncle Sam, we do this thing where we're in the de-escalate portion right now. We're like, yeah, hey, let's all be nice. Let's stop shooting at each other. Hey, how about you stop that? And right now, no one is listening, friendly or otherwise. No one is listening. And then there comes a point where Uncle Sam goes, okay, cool, kid gloves are coming off, and we make somebody an example. I have a feeling he's going to be at least used in a show of force within the next 2 years. I have nothing to back that up. There's no like, oh, I have secret information. He's going to be used at least in a show of force to hurt somebody's feelings within the next 2 years. That's my guess. What's in the folder? Oh, no, the other folder, that's like my overlays and stuff. I opened up the separate files. I ain't got nothing like that on this, on my computer. Bro's not Vlad the Impaler. Hey, I'm trying. Yes, I bribed Franklin with chicken nuggets. He knows too much. Haven Lady, what's up? Good to see you again. Been a while. Good news for natives in Northern California. A dam has been demolished, freeing the salmon there. No shit. Huh. Was it demolished on like it wasn't supposed to happen? Or was it like demolished because it was supposed to happen?
Would you intercept me?
Me, Atuk, Bryn Woods? What? What's my dream interception as an 88 person? Oh. Su-57 felon, but I understand that that's a really low possibility. So I would probably say Su-35, because it was designed specifically to beat the F-15, and I want to hurt one of their feelings. Or J-10. Both of those sound really good. Because like as satisfying as it would be to smoke like an F-14 Tomcat or an F-4 Phantom that the Iranians have, it would just hurt me more than anything because I'm a big fan of those systems. So, yeah. Triple S, welcome. What about this intercepted Feb? I have no idea. I have no clue. Like, I would love to find more information. If you guys can get me more information on it, I would love it. But right now we have a grainy photo and Canada said, yeah, The F-22 shot it down from the United States. And like the United States was like, so when I did that, shut the fuck up, Canada, the US literally said nothing about it. We were just like, anyways, and just tried to move on. It was the funniest shit. I think we come up with the perfect name for the FA. The Bearcat? Didn't the Russians have one called the Bearcat? I'm not being a smartass. Or it was the Berkut? I don't even know if the translation is the same. I have no clue. Like F-117 in Baghdad? Yes. It's going to be used to send a message. I genuinely believe that that's what they're going to use it for. You don't want to break out your fancy toys unless you have to. Kind of a tell that Su-57s are launching glide bombs while being protected by Su-30s. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I don't know what World War III will be fought with, but World War IV will be used sticks. And Ukraine is using literal sticks to take out other drones. Yeah, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. Like, don't get me wrong, the world is shit anyways. The world is significantly more shit right now than it normally is. And a lot of this is our fault. And before anyone's like, oh, yeah, you're a blamist of any of that bullshit. No. It's our fault because we didn't interject with the amount of force that should have been used. Right now, we've made the precedent very, very clear. Not the president, the precedent. That you can shoot down our drones and we're not going to do anything about it. That you can attack our allies and we're not going to do anything about it. That you can realistically use propaganda to motivate young people in the United States to follow your opinion, ultimately fucking causing some serious issues, and we're not going to do anything about it. We've made this very, very clear. So that part's our fault. The whole world is always trying to go fucky wucky. Like, they're always trying to do that. It's just right now they're not afraid to do it. Poland is going to... Wait, did you say Poland is going to happen? F-8F was the Bearcat. Okay. North Korea, Army of Darkness. I love that joke. It's good. I might use it. Oh, man. Hold on. Where was I at? If you want to show a force, y'all could lend us the kid for a bit. You Canadians, man. Sea Power comes out in November. It's been lighting up YouTube. Strat Gaming. 4 F-35s. Ooh, I'm kind of jealous of that. I've never seen an F-35 fly. I haven't been to any air shows. I just haven't been available. God, I need to quit one of my jobs. Shit. Don't worry, it's not gonna be the entertaining one. But yeah, I'm kind of jealous of that. And then, so the one that I've been paying attention to on YouTube that's coming out soon is called Jump Ship. It's like Sea of Thieves, but it's PvE only, and it's in space. And you and your buddies all upgrade, work on a ship, and then it has first-person shooter aspects, and it looks pretty good. He keeps bringing me ammo. Franklin meetup?
You stay the fuck away from my raccoon, you son of a bitch.
Not butthurt, but when you're going to add Avenger-class ships into your USA versus the world. Avenger-class ships. Avenger-class, what am I... Hold on. What did I miss about Avenger-class ships? Why do I know that? Oh, the mine countermeasure ships. That's why. I did read that. Dude, everybody and their mother has a shit ton of mine countermeasure ships. And I'm not trying to talk any trash because they're important. They are absolutely important. It's just, I mean, if they have it and we have it and they have a lot of them, we have a lot of them, it's there's only so many points I can make. So if it's a significant thing that I need to bring up, I will absolutely bring it up. Franklin's a CIA plant. Oh man, hold on. Modern drone warfare, scary as fuck. You're not wrong. I'm so glad that while I was in Afghanistan, we never had to deal with like bzzz and just getting smoked. Like that's terrifying. Precedent. Yeah, thank you there. If the commies or Soviets or Russians, they're all the same. Get froggy and send bears around Alaska. We should jam their comms with highway to the danger zone. Okay. I'll agree with you there, I am Dar. But I have a caveat. A caveback. A piggyback, so to speak. We jam them with highway to the danger zone, temporarily until we jam them permanently with AIM-9s or AIM-120s or AIM-174s. Hey, I'm not picky. As long as it's an air-to-air missile, I'm fucking here for it. How's the aircraft model building going? I have had zero time, Matt. Bro, zero. I still have literally all of them packed up. I was working on the Lego Patriot system someone sent me. I haven't even had time to finish that. Assume the competent leadership. If the cartels try and pop a shot at Trump, successful or not, who do you think will respond faster? U.S. military, U.S. citizens? I don't know. I mean, probably U.S. So I don't know where this whole like narrative of cartels like hating Trump because he's going to close the border type thing. They're always going to find a way through, unless they're dead, of course. But they know the cartel are not stupid. Like everyone's like, oh, they're just down there chopping people's heads up. No, they're not stupid. They understand that a large portion of their income is from the United States. So they don't want the United States coming and bothering them. They know that. They understand that a large portion of the money they get from people down in Mexico comes from American tourists that come down there and spend money on all sorts of shit. So they're not stupid. I always hear like, oh, the cartel are planning this. How do you know, man? If you know this about the cartel, can you just tell us where they're at? So I don't know if there's any validity to that. Wither again. What's up, Wither?
I'd intercept me.
At some point we are going to have a hillbilly with a shotgun with birdshot as air defense.
Hey, if it's stupid and cheap, but it works, it ain't stupid. That's realistically, that's what the Air Force, not a hillbilly. They might have been, I don't know. When we were on an airbase over in CENTCOM, before like counter drone systems were really a thing, when a civilian drone would fly near us or the airbase or the airfield or anything like that, they would just like, you just see a truck, like an SUV, just pull up, slam on the brakes, and then two security forces would jump out. One of them have a 12 gauge, the other one has binoculars, and they just start blasting at it. It's a real thing. That is a real thing that actually happened. Did Israel take out Hassan Nasrallah? Maybe? Possibly? Just got out of work and that was the first 5 headlines on your phone. Let me first clarify, anyone being unalived in a war who hasn't done anything is a really bad thing. Okay, I totally agree. This is a war. This is not a police action. This is not a special military operation. This is an absolute war. Just like Ukraine is, it is an absolute war. And war has never determined who's in the right. Never. It determines strictly who's left. And right now, Israel's throwing some haymakers. Now, Yemen and all these other terrorist organizations, Yemen's not a terrorist organization, the Houthis are. They're all swinging for the fence too. So, like, I can't even be mad. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't know to what level the United States is going to get involved. I don't know. Are you excited for the new Borderlands that's coming out soon? Abso-fucking-lutely. I have reached out to Randy Pitchford, whatever, what is it? Duval Magic on the internet several times and let him know, like, look, the reason why Borderlands 2, aside from the story, was so great was because there wasn't 300 chaos levels at the end. You know how many overpowered levels there were for Borderlands 2 before they buffed it again? 8. And your build had to be perfect to go from 1 to 2 and to go from 2 to 3. Like, you had to farm and get absolutely perfect. That's why people like Borderlands 2 in the end game. I'd even take an AIM-54. Your terms are acceptable. Then it's settled, man. SM-3 versus PAC-3, both are similar. Similar mission and sets. The SM-3 can shoot down a satellite, and RTX seems to suggest PAC-3 can as well. Okay, so I wouldn't say that PAC-3 is similar to a Standard Missile 3. The main limiting factor of Patriot interceptors is not the amount of fuel it has on board. That's what everyone thinks. It's not the amount of fuel. There's another limiting factor that I'm not entirely certain I'm allowed to say, but it's not the fuel. I can say that much. That being said, it would take a lot to bridge that gap. SM3 is designed to go way, way up there. So I don't know. From what I was able to read, the PAC-3 was very similar to the 2 and the 6 in one way or another. It was vastly different than the 3. The 3 is multi-stage. Patriot was a single stage. I mean, PAC-3 is a single stage. SM3 is pretty similar to a THAAD, a Talon, which is the interceptors they use on the THAAD system. They're called Talons.
Do the chickens have big talons?
I'm sorry. U.S. citizens. Do a build stream maybe? I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I really like interacting with you guys, and I like you guys keep coming back, so that tells me that you enjoy it as well. Hope you've been doing well though. Thank you so much. Decade, I think that's how I said that. You should do USA versus USA Civil War scenario. It is. Sorry, I haven't had coffee in a while. It is on my list. Absolutely. The American people are sick of war after 20 years of it, so unless Russia does something stupid like attack Alaska or something, there's going to be little support for more wars. Yeah, I could see that. Part of what we teach doctrinally is legitimacy of battle, and part of the way you get legitimacy is taking a sucker punch. Right now, Americans haven't taken a sucker punch. We've made it clear that a drone is not a sucker punch. The Houthis haven't figured it out. Like, we are trying to be as, like, okay, you ever see, like, a grown man hold a kid's forehead and the kid is just swinging as hard as they possibly can? That is what we're doing with the Houthis right now. Now, if our grip slips and that child strikes us, we're going to uppercut him like so hard that that dude from fucking Mortal Kombat's going to pop out of somewhere and go, whoopsie. Like, it's going to be just, holy shit. We are trying our damnedest to like let the Houthis just, hey, chill out, man. Let's be cool, bro. And they're not listening. Hi from Belgium. Hey, guess what? Mitchell. This is going to show my American a little bit. I did not know Belgium was its own country. I thought Belgium was a city in Germany. In my defense, I've literally only passed through Germany. Okay, I'm a little dumb. I didn't know that. Okay. You get to take the weapons platform into Lord of the Rings for one of the battles, which you take an M2 heavy barrel 50 caliber machine gun. Don't even have to think about it. I'm gonna let Ma Deuce eat. Ma Deuce is about to fucking just chow down. Can you imagine just staring out at a field of like 1 million orcs, and you just have boxes of ammunition? You just fuck, pop, 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 and I mean, you're not just hitting one. You're going through like 4 of them at a time with 50 cal rounds. Like, yes, M2 heavy barrel 50 caliber machine gun. And the only reason I chose that over the Mark 19, now if this is a fantasy and everything is super reliable and never jams, yeah, Mark 19, that'd be a lot more fun. But in the real world, Mark 19s are garbage. Personal experience, I've never had a Mark 19 be able to get past 4 shots without jamming. Never seen it. You may have had that experience. I never have. When will a B-21? So I did dabble in the B-21 at one point in time. I kind of made like some kid jokes about it, like he's really, really young. But I haven't brought him back. I need to do something else with him. Halloween special where the buff tells the kid about the Thunder Screech. Every single video I post, somebody posts the comment, Thunder Screech win. So it's on my list. Somebody said politics are dumb. Yeah, facts. Big facts. I'm really not gonna lie. I'm a highly political person. I'm just able to turn it off. Yeah, I try and remain as apolitical as I possibly can, which is why I tell you, like, these are my, if anyone asks a question, I give them my personal opinion. I don't try and sway you in one way or the other. I don't, this is why I believe this way. I think that anyone blindly following any ideology is super dangerous. Absolutely terrifyingly dangerous. You should never take this to the bank. That is the only political opinion I will ever force on anyone else, is you should never follow any political figure, American or otherwise, blindly. You should absolutely question everything that they do, and you should figure out where you lie on the political spectrum. So that's the only thing that I'll ever tell people, is use the gray stuff between your ears. I I couldn't get to the art style. Teach their own. Kid, I'm sorry that Dad whacked.
What? Dad did what?
Sorry. I'm like having half a conversation here. You should do a Franklin plushie. Yeah, I should. That's a really, really good idea that I haven't had yet. Give me some time. I'm working here. All right, man, I got you. Got you, boo. Hi, new to the stream. Welcome, Alex. Alcoholism is on your left. Depression is on your right. Be careful you don't trip and fall into any feelings. Hey, Mrs. Linecrosser, if you're still watching and telling me that I'm doing things wrong, could you bring me up one of them margaritas? I would love to have one of those tonight because I'm also rather parched. Water would also be good, but one of those margaritas sounds even better. Well, Buff and Franklin finally greenlight the greatest defense project ever approved, the B1R, the boner. I feel bad because, like, the B1, it's crazy. The B-52 isn't being replaced. The oldest bomber we have, not being replaced. The B-1 being replaced. Supersonic, heavy payload, they're replacing it. The B-2 Spirit, expensive as shit, the world's first stealth bomber, still in action. We use them, being replaced. And apparently both of them are being replaced by the B-21, which... Again, I don't have a whole lot of knowledge, but from what my limited understanding tells me, the United States government, when we replace a project with another project, it's because another project can do that project gooder. Oh, margarita soon. She said margarita soon. I think the B1R would be awesome. Cool. The museum also had cabbage shredder. It was a door of a plane shot down in Germany. That's awesome. Was it toasty? Hold on. You guys are screwing up my whole... No, I gotta Google it. I thought it was whoopsie. Hold on. Hold on. It is toasty. Wait, no, game. It's whoopsie, not toasty. This is from Game Facts. His shirt has toast on it for a reason, so it is toasty. All right, fine, you sons of bitches. HLC 2024. Let the kid hit you once so you can uppercut them. I got a mental image of me like, yeah, I'm going to print that shirt, I'm going to wear it, and I'm going to walk around a playground. Fuck them kids. And that's how I got arrested. Do I like crunchy or smooth peanut butter more? Depends on the dish it is being put into. I will tell you, you have not lived until you have had a peanut butter cup homemade with crunchy peanut butter instead of creamy. I think it's actually delicious. Me personally. But to each their own, sorry. Look up Finnish artillery. It was a Finn we have a lot. Oh, yeah, no, you guys, shit. I haven't done the Finnish yet. I want to keep some surprises for myself. How many head injuries do you have, and how many do you remember? That's a wonderful question. I can remember the impact of several. I don't know if you know this. When you're using, I think they're called pile drivers, the big metal tubes with the handles on the side to put in fence posts. As you're doing that, the fence post is getting lower, so you don't have to lift it as far. 17-year-old HLC didn't know this, and I went up and it got hooked on the far side, and when I pulled down, it came down straight on top of my head. And I will be totally honest with you, I remember the impact, and the next thing I remember, my head was under the sink and both my parents were there, and my hand was shaking like uncontrollably. They said that I like walked away, stumbled, and fell down, and I was conscious the entire time. But I tell you, like nothing. Like it hit, I felt the pain, and I thought I was out. So that one, does that count as a remember? Let me see. You, Wither!
Did you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Last one of the night. Any development on going to historical sites with Nick?
Yes, kind of. I have to get out of the military first, but thank you so much, Wither. Yeah, that's my goal, is to try and get those to happen once I'm out of the military. I would love to do that, and Nick is also excited about it as well. I think he said things like, "You're the greatest YouTuber who ever lived." His words, not mine. Someone's gonna clip this and send it to him. He said, "I look up to you both as a social media creator and as a man." So he said both those things. He also said that he believes that he may have been created in my image. I don't know if that's him citing me as a deity, or if he's just, I don't know. Someone's going to clip that shit. This is what HLC had to say about the fat electrician. Sorry. You should look up the stories about how U.S. citizens terrorized French pickpockets during the Olympics and how they cheered when the U.S. citizens left. What? Were Americans that? All right, I'll add it to the list. Sorry, my camera's going to shake because I write really heavy-handed. There we go. Someone just said it 3 times. Mark 19 had a lot of problems, absolutely. But when we used graphite to lubricate, we had an M60A3 as the sidearm. It worked very well. The M60A3 did. M60s usually jam a lot when they're too clean. Really? So I know M2s do the same thing. I don't have really too much experience. Like, I've seen an M60. Okay, I can't say I've never fired one, because I did fire a suppressed one at range day last time, and the brass hit me in the fucking neck. But yeah. Really? That thing fired perfectly clean for me. But again, I fired it after a bunch of other people. So, but yeah, M2s are the same way, man. Where's Knox? He is right next to me. There's a small dog bed right next to me, and he seems to think that he should fit in that one. So that's, yeah. Great planes, amazing planes. I'm sure they'd be just as good without the Browning machine guns. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't know if you did, but what's the A-10 sound like? If you are unfamiliar with what my A-10 character sounds like, he is heavily featured in my next episode. He's kind of a tweaker, like almost like a Clint Eastwood style, but like he kind of bounces around a little bit. Like it's a, I don't know, it's more of a facial expression, I guess. Much love. Good to catch the Hooked on phonics. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you so much for being here, Bandit. I appreciate it. How about whenever you beep classified info, use Franklin's voice? That might be a good play. They will never let you retire. Free propaganda. Way to better their recruiting. Bro, Eric, I wish that was the case. I have sat down with public affairs from this installation. I've sat down with public affairs with the National Guard. I've sat down with a bunch of different people, just trying to convince them, hey, let me help. You have a plethora of social media content creators who can fix this for you, who can get people interested, who can get them to understand what is going on. We were told a resounding no. And you know why we were given that no? Is because the Army, the military in general, has a bunch of old fucking people who have no idea what young kids pay attention to, who have no clue how to reach that younger generation who are all making these calls. These people are afraid to use social media, and they're afraid to ask for help from people who do know how to use social media. I would love to help out. They won't listen. So fuck them. They can pay me when I'm out. Severely overcaffeinated? I wish I was overcaffeinated, man. Hold on. I'm a little behind there. How long would it take a CVBG to win World War II? What is a CVBG? I'm not familiar with that acronym, CVBG. Hold on. Oh, it's a carrier battle group. Oh, so what's interesting is there's a movie about something like that. It's the final countdown is the name of the movie. Wasn't a very good movie, but it was a really cool idea. A Nimitz class aircraft carrier, maybe it wasn't Nimitz class, might have been a little older because it had F-14s on it. Got sent back in time. And the Grim Reapers here on YouTube, they did a DCS. I don't play DCS, but my buddy sends me like clips of their videos and stuff where they brought like F-22s back in World War II. And believe it or not, it was a hard fight just because of how many planes and ships and everything the enemy had. Like there was just so many. They would run out of ammo all the fucking time. So that was really an important part. But ultimately, to win World War II, considering the damage they could do beyond line of sight to enemy ships, the hardest and longest part would be actually taking the islands. But they could really rain some hell. Sir, what are your thoughts on the recent exploding pagers Operation Nutcracker? Was it Grandpa Buff approved? Here's the thing. I thought it was great. And that is both from both sides. Both sides, it is great. It was an absolute win. Did innocent people get hurt? Yes, absolutely. But a significantly lower number of innocent people were hurt than if they had done airstrikes or they had done a ground invasion. So this is like as surgical gets. So from both sides, like in the amount of, civilian casualties, almost a complete win. From the psychological impact you have on the enemy, complete win. Now they're afraid of all of their personal electronics, which is going to reduce their ability to communicate with one another. It's going to reduce their ability to create propaganda. It's going to reduce their ability to coordinate movements. Like it's so good that it was communications equipment. It's so good. Like I love everything about it. Now I got it. You can be as mad as you want to that innocent people got hurt, but it's war. People die. Innocent ones too. Okay. Halloween idea, alternate universe where Russia has good tech and the USA is on the back foot in a war against Canada. Parody of Russia and Ukraine. That's not a half bad. I mean, I might do it as a spin-off because that's not a half bad idea. Do temper, but have the USS Buck say, "Hey, bitch." Wisconsin turns looking Buck. Temper. I've done a temper, and that was I did that video with Nick. We did a collab. It was it was a while ago, but we did that one. Already clipped? Yep, there it is. With the new Pepperbox series, the gang does, what is the activity you would want to do in an episode? I have two of them in mind, both of which I've already sent to Eli. Number one, I want to go to a historical battle site, whether that's in the U.S. or outside the U.S. But beforehand, I want me and Nick to go off on our own, know where we're going, and do a ton of research so that when we get there, we can just fucking nerd out while everyone else makes fun of us. Okay, that's one. Number two, I want to go fishing. Like, just put us all on a boat and just let the shenanigans and debauchery ensue. That's it. I would love to do that with those guys. Wait, did someone tag the fat electrician and say Karl Marx was a genius? Oh dear. Also said he has a black velvet portrait of you on his mantle. His words, true story. You know, it's funny you say that because my mom has a velvet Elvis. Apparently in her family, when you turn 50, you get the velvet Elvis. So she's the youngest in her family and was the last one to turn 50, so she has the velvet Elvis, and I guess she's going to pass it on to us so we can start passing around the velvet Elvis. M60 jams when they're too clean. Mark 19 jammed on me a lot, but I'll say the AT4 took care of that problem. Mark 19's jammed. Hand me that anti-tank missile over there. Well, rocket missile, whatever. It's a click, boom, yeah. Honestly, the AT4 hitting a target is... I'm going to be honest with you guys. I mean, I've never seen it hit a tank, but I've seen it hit a wall, and it's kind of anticlimactic. Like, you think it's, like a movie. You see, like, you hear like a, and no, you hear boom, the tube is empty, and then it hits something and you hear another boom, but you don't really see a whole lot, at least I didn't, because it punches through that first wall and takes out the wall behind it because it's an anti-tank fucking rocket. So it was a little anticlimactic for me. So there's no like whoosh like you hear in the movies. It's literally boom, like that's it. Bring up the MCM ships. It's a problem they're getting rid of the only ships the U.S. has to combat mines with no replacements. And I'm not being a smartass here, screwistic. I know mine clearing ships are important, but I thought we had kind of circumvented that with the P-8 Poseidon. I thought that was like part of its role was identifying mines, and then like I don't know. Maybe I don't. I have no idea. All right. So Iran's allegedly threats to assassinate Trump. Look, here's the thing you got to understand. When Iran, Russia, and China are not threatening, that's when you need to worry. Like, so at least for Iran and Russia, their politics are completely flip-flop of ours. We de-escalate until we start swinging for the fence, and they escalate to de-escalate. Like they go straight. That's why, how many times, literally this year, Russia has threatened nuclear war like at least 2 or 3 times a month, at least. If you do this, I will nuke everybody, and then we do it, and then he doesn't do shit. If you do this, I will nuke everybody. So they escalate. They go straight to the fucking the most powerful thing they can, and then they back. So it's just difference in politics. So when Iran's making threats, I wouldn't take shit seriously. I did see the video about them using the drone, and that was the funniest shit I've ever fucking seen in my life. You can't hack closed circuit TV cameras with a wireless just guy typing on a computer. You have to be manually in the from somewhere, okay? And closed circuit TV cameras don't have just a random like, oh, yep, let's put this wireless hub into these closed circuit TV cameras. It's just not there. Hold on. Do they want to see the baby? Do you guys want to see the new puppy, Fritz? She's going to bring him up. Bring him up, Mrs. Linecrosser. Let me see. Your content is amusing. Can't wait to see you back on Unsubscribe. I would love to, when I have time, I want to go back. Can we get a nerds are gay? Oh, you guys want one? I'll see what I can do. I can't guarantee anything. I may have to make that a little bit more of an important statement. It was the USS Nimitz. Okay, from that movie. Sorry, I'm like way behind. Holy shit. There we go. Sorry, I'm scrolling up now still. If big tech went to war against the MIC without the military involved, who wins? The military-industrial complex, because they may have the technology, they don't have the manpower. They don't have the people to put on those systems. So if you circumstantially beat that... Oh, Knox, you stay. No, you shut up. You shut your fat face. No. Margarita? Margarita? All right. Oh, it's okay, bud. It's okay. He just had shots. So he's a little sore. Hey, buddy. What's up, dude? Hey. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? He doesn't know anything yet. His brain is literally applesauce. Okay. All right. He's not interested in being up here with Dad. I'm going to let him go. All right, sorry. There we go. A little margarita. Feed it pineapple on pizza from Domino's? I would say the military-industrial complex would win that fight, hands down. Newsflash, MAGA Karen says, Tampies make your sons too girly for warfare? Oh, gosh. Here's what I've realized. Here's what I've realized. No matter what happens, red-blooded Americans will always, and I say red-blooded because that's everybody. right? Patriotic, red-blooded, willing to fight Americans will stand up and do the job. Do I want war to happen? Absolutely not. But you guys realize, like, that's why. Like, that's why the bad guys post videos that we talk about, like, our inclusiveness and transgender this. Honestly, I cannot think of anything more disrespectful than getting killed on the battlefield by a transgender soldier. And I'm not even talking shit, right? Like, no one on the battlefield wants to get killed by a female. Nobody does. No one wants to die anyways, but, like, it's a little more embarrassing when you're killed by a woman. And I'm going to be totally honest with you. And that's just, like, their mentality. Being killed by a transgender soldier, fucking way worse. Way fucking worse. So, red-blooded patriotic Americans will always stand up and do the job. So, no, I'm sorry, I'm way behind. It was the USS Nimitz. Can't help it, there's at least one general demanding a helicarrier from Avengers to be built. If anyone can build it, it's us. Do we know how many of their officers got hit? I have no idea. You should check out Forever Winter. The game has robots that literally eat human beings. Is it a survival? I'd fuck with that. Can we get a... Oh, yeah, we already read that one. Sorry. I already read that one as well. About to get out of the Navy in about a year. Congratulations. Thank you for your service. Any recommendations, suggestions for myself and anyone else who's rotating back to civilian life after 8 years? So what I would tell you is get as many certifications as you possibly can right now. When you get out, don't take a break. Don't relax. Don't take time off. Use your GI Bill unless you've already used your what is it called? Tuition assistance while you're in. Get a degree, at least bachelor's. Because oftentimes... you can get a bachelor's in underwater fucking basket weaving. They don't care about that. It's a prerequisite. They know that you're willing to put up with dumb shit for 4 years. That's what they know. You can follow instructions at least this good. That's why they don't care about your GPA. But get all the certifications you possibly can. My personal recommendations is Sec Plus, C++. That makes you incredibly marketable if you have Security Plus and C++. And if you can swing it, try and get a secret clearance before you're out. With Security Plus, C++, and a clearance, you are marketable in like 80% of fucking positions outside of the military with defense contractors. And they pay well. So that's the direction I would go in. Angry Cops has more body hair than that dog. I just read that. Shout out from Lake Odessa, Michigan. Just getting here. Wanted to catch the Trump Town Hall War in Michigan. Hope all is well. Thank you so much, Thomas Wheeler. I appreciate you being here. Protocol 4. Is it time for Protocol 4? Okay, there it is. It is time for Protocol 4. Let's see if they can hear your big jowl slap shut. Oh, he missed it. It's Byrain's back foot. Don't eat her foot. All right, everyone's going to want to see you up anyways. Hold on. All right. Come on, fat boy. Come on up. Hang on. That's my best bud. You smell like butt. You got a bath on Sunday, bud. Yeah, that one's Reigns. All right. Lebanon is finding out we're a Cyprus, at least National Guardsmen. No shit. Oh man, I'm way behind. Why hasn't the DoD sent more Avenger air defense systems to Ukraine? Because we still need them to fill our... I mean, here's the thing. We are painfully under-equipped and undermanned. Like, realistically. Air defense artillery, my job, we're at like 40% manning. And the reason why we're at that is because we were at like 80 or 90, but then they want to create 10 new air defense battalions. And they have IFPIC coming online, and they have IBCS coming online, and they have LTAMs coming online, and like... all these fucking systems and processes, and because air defense is revolutionizing like pretty much overnight. We just can't keep up. Oh man. HLC, the V-bed dump truck that I hit with the Javelin was very spicy. You know, I'm kind of jealous that you got to hit a V-bid with the Javelin. Because number one, I've never hit a V-bid, and number two, I've never fired a Javelin. So I'm very jealous of both of those. At 4, I hit a V-bid. car. It was rather spicy. Or AT4, AT4. God damn, I'm retarded. Again, I've never fired an AT4 in combat. I've seen one fired in combat, but I've never fired one. The car driver ran away, and then I hit it with the AT. You know what? That'll get the job done. That'll be... But yeah, we're really undermanned on systems and equipment. And right now, until like we have we're doing this rapid modernization thing. Going back to the Avengers, we're doing this rapid modernization thing where we're like testing systems with the regular military, like not with testing groups, not with just like, we're like, hey, take these 4 systems, test the shit out of them, tell me what's wrong with them, and should we buy them? And units are like, fix this, fix this, fix this, we should buy it. So like the companies are trying to rapidly fix these fucking things so that they meet a requirements document that was written by the user on the end, and then the army's gonna go, cool, I want fucking 100 of them. And they're gonna start just putting them together as fast as they possibly can. But until then, we have our systems of record, which is the Avengers, and we have to keep our units plussed up because the Avenger's still a functional, good system. Like the Stinger's a good missile. I mean, the 50 cal they have on theirs, it's good. So overall, I mean, that's our big thing. We backed Vlad into a corner. Does he push the button? I don't think so. I really don't. I was reading something a while back. I don't know how true it is. And from my basic understanding of Vladimir Putin, and I say this as respectfully as I possibly can, he's a coward. I read something about him working in the KGB a long time ago and kind of how the fall of the Soviet Union went from his location and version, and he is a really good liar, but he's really bad at facing the music. I think the man is a coward. And here's the thing. A coward can still push a button, absolutely, but he knows it's going to end in a mutually assured destruction. What we have to hope is that he cares about Russia, like the future of his people, more than he cares about himself or his pride. And I don't know if that's the truth. So I have no idea. Stares in mirror, communism, communism, communism. And when he shows up, man, he's going to get you. Oh my gosh, Mrs. Line Crosser. I should show my, hold on. I don't know. You should show your margarita because someone gave you poop about a can. It was real tequila, not sponsored. Oh yeah, no. The tequila, it's not an ad. I'm not advertising for these guys. Like it's real. Like I like margaritas. So sorry, I think she's saying that someone thought it was an ad. No, it's not ad placement. I really just wanted a tequila. This little thing, it's 12.5% alcohol. It comes in a 4-pack, and 1.5 of them. Mrs. Linecrosser, she drank 1.5 of them, and she was straight hammered, like really quickly, because Mrs. Linecrosser is also very small. She's 5'3". And she's like, how much is the alcohol content? I was like, 12.5. And she's like, 12.5? Here the doggos need some treats. All right, Daryl, we'll give him another one. Here you go, fat boy. And thank you. My whole thumb was just inside. I think it was in your brain, or where your brain should go. Oh, someone gave me crap because I was drinking margarita from a can. My bad. 12.5%, that's not bad. Like, that's stronger than the ones that I make at home. Some LCS ships do operate an anti-mine role. Why they use aluminum hulls, seaborne mines use magnetic sensors. Huh. I did not know that they use magnetic mines. I learned something new every day. P8 subs can detect mines, but not kill. LCS was shit. Helo's too old, and China and Iran have 100,000 plus mines they use. We're supposed to be in the Black Sea, but broke Navy wants mine men gone? Really? Well, it's the thing. I mean, mines, we look at mines almost as they're a little bit archaic nowadays. Oh, man. Depending on who's pushing the buttons, many enemies may have been killed by women sailors aboard DDGs. That is absolutely true. I made that point a long time ago, as I was like, the painted fingernails can still grip the joystick on an F-22. I made that point a long time ago. But yeah, sorry, I'm almost catching up. A little late to the video game discussion. Thank you for being here, Scott. Good to see you again. I recognize the name, which is weird because I'm really bad with names. But you should check out the survival game, The Long Dark. Is it spooky? I don't do spooky shit. That sounds like really spooky. Beautiful art, great soundscape, good mechanics. All right. Putting out hilarious and informative content. Half of us want to see the dogs. I know, right? Knox, Rain, go to the bed. One of you go to the bed. The camera is on the bed. Thank you, Rain. I don't know if you covered it. Thoughts on the U.S. trading F-35 to Turkey for the S-400? I got a feeling they're going to, I don't like it in general because I don't trust Turkey. From a strictly strategic perspective, this isn't like I hate Turkish people. No, this is a strictly strategic perspective. I don't trust Turkey. I don't trust Hungary. I don't trust... I'm going through NATO in my head. The rest of them I'm pretty cool with. It makes me uncomfortable. But they're probably going to get very severely turned down versions of the F-35. Since it's relevant lately, could the USA be Alaska versus Russia? I will add that to the list. We are not there yet. I want to build the suspense when I start bringing in Russia. I want to build it because I know everybody wants me to do Russia. Anything with Russia, whether I do Alaska versus Russia, USA versus Russia, fucking NATO versus Russia, like any of that. I know I'm building the suspense. Oh, let me see. You get to make Family Guy style animated series for your characters. Who voices what character if you could get anyone to do it? Ooh. Clint Eastwood for the C-130. Vin Diesel for... I don't know. I think one of the ships. He's just got a good deep voice, and he does good voiceover work. Man, that's a hard one. I'd really have to break that down. I'm sorry, man. I wish I could give you a better answer there, man. I enjoy voicing all my characters. It's an interesting experience. I will tell you, as time goes on, I'm not saying they're getting sentient, but I will say something and then my brain will immediately go, hey, this is what Buff would say. It's the weirdest thing, man. I'm being fed my own lines from my fucking brain, which I got it. That's kind of what normally happens with lines, but it's not feeding them to me. It's this is what your character would say, which is really kind of a strange experience. RDJ is the 35. I could see that. Ryan Reynolds is the F-16. I would do Batista as the F-18. Sean Munger's YouTube channel is excellent biography on Putin. I need to check that out. Hey, Mrs. HLC stream when? I don't know. We should ask Mrs. HLC. She should probably listen if you're watching this right now, Mrs. HLC. Weapons has 2 questions. Question number 1 is, when are you going to be on a stream with me? And number 2, he wanted to know when the next time is you're going to do that thing that I like. Oh, man. Oh, shit. I'm in trouble. All right. If you guys don't hear from me for the next couple days, you know what happened. Oh, man. God damn it. I hate it when it does that. Got to see you back, HLC. Think they'll ever come up with anything stronger than the F-22? I will bet dollars to donuts they already have. I will bet. So they were working on NGAD, Next Generation Air Dominance, and then they shit-canned the program. And they're like, we're just going to update the F-22. You don't spend that much time, effort, and money building something unless you're building it for a reason. Now, I think what happened is somebody did a cost analysis. NGAD was damn near done and almost had it either did have a production or it was about to produce. And somebody came up with something and said, hey, why are we showing them this new technology when we can use this thing that is old as shit and is still way the fuck ahead of them? And we can use less money than to design that to build this. And so somebody took those blueprints, rolled them up, put them in a CIA fucking database, hidden under a fucking X file or some shit. I don't know. And I guarantee it's done and ready to be produced and ready to be built They're just like, there's no need for it. We're still so far ahead with the F-22. There's no need yet. So I would still high functioning bastards. Have a great weekend. Oh, do not trust Turkey. I don't trust Turkey under any stretch of the imagination. HLC, China versus Russia, with North Korea joining a side. Well, then it wouldn't be USA versus the world. But it's still not a bad... I mean, they do share at least part of a border together. That would be kind of fun. X-Files belong to the FBI. Look, I never watched the show because when I was a kid, it was spooky. I don't like spooky shit. So I keep on seeing advertisements. So Blue Jay was talking about Frostpunk 1 and 2. I keep on seeing advertisements for Frostpunk. I love real-time strategy games, but Frostpunk is more of like a city builder. And city builders, I kind of have a weird way of like, I like this city builder, but I don't know. It looks cool. The art style looks kind of interesting. Poland, the kid's favorite ally. Oh, shit. My headphones are...
They get me.
He really, really needs to do In Harm's Way Story of the Buff. Do I? I'll look into it. Thank you, weapons. Cognitive dissonance. I don't know what that word means. The new baby pygmy hippo is cool. Is cute. Thank you. I'm sorry. Is Mrs. Linecrosser in here? I thought I just saw Mrs. Linecrosser for a second. Mrs. Linecrosser was supposed to voice the AWACS, but she's been busy. Just want to drink with you and the fat electrician. I would love, like, here's the thing. Don't take this wrong, Randy. I still don't think that I'm shit. I hope that makes sense. Like, I don't feel any different. I like when you hear people becoming, I say successful. I consider myself successful on social media. When people become like that, some of them get like a real big head, and they're like, I'm YouTube famous. I still don't think I'm shit. Like I want to treat everybody with respect. So like to me, it sounds like I want to meet everybody who's supported me, but it sounds so like narcissistic to say I'm gonna do a meet and greet. Like it's so fucking weird to me. It's just like, why would I do that? So I do want to like get out there and meet, a lot of y'all. I just, time is my biggest enemy right now. I do videos with extinct animal plushies explaining natural history. I hear you on the voices taking over. I've had full internal fights between them. Mrs. Linecrosser has seen me like sitting on the couch and like I won't be moving, but my eyes will be darting around. And she's like, they're arguing with each other, aren't they? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, go make your video. And she'll just let me go. She understands it. NGAD was really good, but nowhere close to a prototype. Fair enough. Fair enough. Chat disconnected. Why did it disconnect it? It's being weird. It might be because I finally got the right cord I needed, so I'm actually pushing real 4K now. So I may have to actually scale it down so it's cleaner, because it looks clean on. I'm watching it on YouTube over here, but I'm like I got my OBS over here. Mrs. HLC in the chat. Where's she at? Where's she at? Hey, I've been busy. Exactly, Mrs. Linecrosser, you got to get in here. You got to put in work. Harm hits a B-52 in the tail during the first Gulf War. No shit. I got to look into that. Because I know Grandpa Buff has had some fucking work. I know he's been, but why didn't? I'm like, from a missile perspective, I'm really curious. I want to look into that, because why in the? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why would an anti-radiation missile target the tail end of a bomber aircraft? Unless they were like radar spoofing or something. It should have locked onto the radar signature, but it should have known. I mean, it depends on the band, but the nose is where the... I need to drink more tequila. Can't remember the last time I heard someone spell out NGAD. I do. NGAD. Whatever. Don't you judge me. So what is Mrs. HLC saying? What is she saying? She talking shit? She talking shit? Mrs. HLC? I'll come downstairs and give you a chingazo. I don't, like, look, I still don't fully understand that word, but anyone here who's Hispanic, I love that word, because, like, it feels like you're saying what it means. So I tell her all the time, like she taught me that word chingazo and I fucking love it. It's the Spanish word for apparently like hitting your wife in the face. I have no idea what the translation is, but I'm just like, whenever she irritates me, I'm like, I'm gonna give you a chingazo, and then I do. I'm just kidding. I don't. That woman would beat my ass. She would kill me. When are you going to have the American subs talk shit, even if it's a photo of the ocean with muffled voices? I want to add in more American systems. I haven't had the time to like, in the brain capacity to really create the characters and flush them out. I really like when I was doing the joke in this last video about the Chinese sub that sank. I really wanted to like bring in an American sub to just make fun of it. I just didn't have the spare brain capacity to create that character and flush it out, because like, here's the thing. Every time I create a character, either A, they're going to get a great reception and then I'm going to have to keep using them, or B, no one's going to mention them. And it's like, okay. So I just didn't have the time. Do I play any VR games? So I have an Oculus 3 and I play VR games, but the only VR games that I play are Beat Saber, Pistol Whip. It's like party games that me and my wife play. Pow. What's she talking about? What's Miss Light? B-52 still had tail gunners with radar guided gun. Huh. That I didn't know the tail gun of a B-52 was ever radar guided. I thought it was just aimed. Oh, a chingazo is just a punch. Happy birthday to Joshua Randolph. Mrs. Linecrosser reads so much faster than me. All right. She wants me to move the small bed so everyone can see Knox too. Hold on. Knox, move your fat self. I love you. Get out of the way. Okay. All right. There you go. Go on. Go to bed. See that small bed? That's where he was fitting. Mexico still uses the M8 Greyhound? I'm not even familiar with what that is. F-22 should be voiced by Patrick Bateman. Who the fuck is Patrick Bateman? I'm not great with names of like actors and shit. Let me see. Oh. Sorry. That was, what's his name who played in American Psycho? Christian Bale. There we go. She gonna show me the chancla? She hasn't quite figured out, like that's not part of her repertoire yet, is to yeet chanclas at me. Plus, neither one of us like feet or like our feet being shown, so. Oh, Nova, take off. Take care, Nova. Oh my God, I've been trying to tell them this for a long time. I'm sorry. Mrs. HLC can intercept chingazos? I doubt it. Do I own a missile for Homeland Defense? Because that's what Woodrow Wilson intended. I would love to own a missile for Homeland Defense. Spinal Breaker, I thought I mentioned that before, but I might not have. I at least thought about it. The F-15 that lost a wing and landed? Yeah. Job flooded with illegals. Now my hours are down. So don't... How do I word this? Bumcrack Jones, check this out. You could look at that as a, hey, this sucks. This is awful. What am I going to do? Or B, and I'm not talking shit. You can do whatever you want to. You can look at this as an opportunity, as you can get some certifications so you can get a better job, or you can just go look for a better job. I try and find opportunity in everything, no matter how bad things are. Like when I make a video and it flops because you guys don't like it, and that's okay. I know that not everything I make is going to be perfect. I know that. I try and give you as best I possibly can, and all of you guys, for the vast majority, are really like candid. Like, hey, I didn't really like the way you said this, or I didn't enjoy this, or this joke didn't really make sense to me. And Mrs. Linecrosser has seen it. When I made that cartoon that I posted a while back, I rushed it. It wasn't a good product. The audio quality wasn't right, and I posted it. and people were very like, it was almost like you guys were disappointed in me. And you know what I did? I got real quiet. I came up here and I started like working my ass off. I need to figure this out. I need to fix this. Like, I get super motivated when something doesn't go according to plan. So like, that's just my mentality, is anytime anything happens, like I am chasing that shit down. Like Mrs. Linecrosser, she straight up was like, I can't do anything for you right now, because she knows that like, no matter what she says, I need at least a little bit of time to grind at something, because I feel bad about what happened. About 5-6 hours later, she came up here and sat down. She's like, look, you screwed up. It's not the end of the world. You know, you pick yourself up, you move on. But like, my entire headspace was full of, I fucked up. I need to do better. Like, it was the weirdest thing, man. Have you ever seen the World War II mechanical anti-aircraft computer? The Mark I fire control computer can do 3-dimensional plotting with the guns on battleships. I actually have never seen that, which is crazy because you know what? No, it does say it's anti-air. We don't even have anything like that at the Air Defense Artillery Training Support Facility. Charter idea made him sound like 50s detective from The Shadow. He's always quiet until you hear from him, and then spooks everyone. Greyhounds, World War II American armored car. Mexico uses for modernized version of it. No shit. Learn something new. I'm a foot. I think you mean a leg, Scoob. Hi, Scoob. Have I ever modded you? You should be modded. Did I fuck that up? Is Scoob not one of my mods on here? He's not, is he? Add as moderator. There's Scoob. Finally, Scoob is a moderator in here. I've known Scoob for a long time. You guys got to understand, when I first started like streaming, I was doing it on Twitch, and I had like a little like garbage laptop that like didn't really work. The frame rate wasn't right. I didn't know how overlays worked. I knew nothing. And Scoob showed up. He was like one of 2 people that showed up to my chat, and he started like, "Hey, have you tried this? Have you thought of this? What about this?" And like just started like trying to help me, because he's very tech savvy. And now he's built my entire Discord. He's a really good dude. So the fact that he hasn't been mod in here it's kind of my fault. So sorry, Scoob. I demand snacks for the good doggos. Again? I'm touching the bag and he popped up. And they both popped up. Here for the fat boy and here for the fat girl. I love my Buffalo. Knox is my best bud. Mrs. HLC's chanclas or tomahawk speed? I doubt it. I like everything. It's a bookmark, and at this point, love you, and I'll never even... Will I be disappointed in you, man? Hey, man, I appreciate it. I really, like... To me, you guys make me want to do better. Like, it's not a negative thing. It's like when I deliver something and it's not as good as you guys like I feel you deserve, I get really, really like, it affects me. No amount of someone like the haters in the comment section, shit doesn't even faze me. Like that, whatever. Like I don't care. We hate you, HLC. Fuck you, dude. I don't care. But when I post something and I know, like, I hope that it's good, but then like it flops and people let me know, like, I want you guys to always be candid with me. I absolutely want you to always tell me the truth. Like, hey, I didn't really, I wasn't really feeling that one. Because it always makes me want to do better. So I encourage you guys to absolutely be candid with me as much as possible. And you guys absolutely deserve better. So I try and deliver better as much as I possibly can. Is flak still used in today's battlefield? Not in the traditional sense of flak. There are airburst ammunition, which is why the MSHORAD maneuver short range air defense, well, I'm going to call it what it is. They've named it. It's the Sergeant Stout. For those of you who don't know, Sergeant Mitchell W. Stout is the only air defender who's ever won the Congressional Medal of Honor. I believe it was during the Tet Offensive. It was in Vietnam. The VC threw a grenade inside of his bunker, and he grabbed it and ran out of the bunker and tried to throw it to save everybody in his bunker, and he died in the process. So Mitchell W. Stout, he was on an M42 Duster. So they have named the M-SHORAD, the kinetic version, as the Mitchell Stout, the Sergeant Stout. Anyways, so if you hear me say Sergeant Stout, that's what I'm talking about. So the Sergeant Stout has a 30 millimeter cannon on it, and it's crazy because it's an XM30. It's an experimental. So if you see XM in front of anything, it's an experimental version of that system. And so when I was with Ryan Macbeth and Chris Cappy, I asked Chris, if you guys have seen Chris's podcast that he had me and Ryan on, I was like, Chris, I don't know why they went with the XM30 when we have a perfectly functional 25 mic. And he said he actually asked about that. And they said that they had to go with a 30 mic because while a 25 mic you can have fragmentation, 30 mic was the smallest airburst you could make. So they went with a 30 mic because they tried going with 40 or 50 and there just wasn't enough room for the ammunition. So I was like, oh, that makes sense. Hold on. So Mrs. HLC and she wanted me to let everyone know, because she does. The shirts, these words, like the design was kind of my idea, but the words, Mrs. Line Crosser, the Franklin t-shirt with him with the flamethrower and the chicken nuggets and shit next to him, her idea. A couple other designs that I've worked on recently, her idea. Mrs. Line Crosser, she does really, really good work. So 10 out of 10, I recommend. I will tell you, she's also pretty fucking hot. 10 out of 10 would also smash. Anyway, sorry, I got off on like an air defense tism. Will you do more IRL videos like the Florida video? Really like that video. Oh, so like when like the trips and stuff, you like that Florida video? I would love to do that. You know what we might do? Marlakai? You know what we might do? And Mrs. Linecrosser and I have talked about that. We wanted to create her a channel because I loved making that video, but it was so far outside my niche. It was like, it's not really my thing. And it showed that way. And I may work with her and make that like her channel and like that'll be her bread and butter. I would love to do that though. Aegis weapon system for home defense, just as the founding fathers fucking envisioned. The programs are programmed as they leave the barrel. Hold on. Are we talking about the XM25? If they revealed some Star Trek tier space cruiser the USA has for no apparent reason, would you be surprised? No, not at all. Not a fucking tiny bit. Would be funny at the very least. Yeah, absolutely. Like, this is the thing. I feel like Uncle Sam at this point is only limited by necessity. And I'm not being a smartass. Like, I feel like if you find out like, oh, America doesn't have that. We don't have that because either A, we already made it and it's a stupid idea, or B, there's been no necessity for it. So like, I really want to know. So like a couple of my friends, they're getting sent to new hypersonic HIMARS units. That's something the U.S. has coming online. Hypersonic HIMARS, like the HIMARS that are in Ukraine, but firing hypersonic missiles. I don't know if it's fully online yet. I don't know all the details. But a couple of my friends are trying to get sent to those units. And I straight up asked them, I was like, how did they deal with the thermal problems? And they're like, what do you mean thermal problems? I was like, what the fuck are they made out of? If you're blasting through the air at that speed, you're going to get a layer of plasma and you're going to cook that object. What are they made out of? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I was like, well, fuck, man, that's the shit that I want to know. Like, how did they solve that problem? Did they figure out like an air version of supercavitation or something? I have no idea, but like, that's insane. If they review, oh, sorry, we already read that one. New subber, oh, thank you so much for being here. New subber, you should insult the hater in Russian. Oh shit, like with the Russian accent, because I don't actually speak Russian, just so you know that. But I don't know what hater, but we're talking about. Fuck this guy, okay? Listen here. If you want to continue to talk shit about my friend HLC here, what we're going to do is I'm going to conscript you into my military, which is a far worse punishment than you will receive anywhere else. There you go. I got you. I don't know if you know this, but Ukrainians are now starting to strap the Javelin missiles to large drones. Necessity is the mother of invention, or father of invention, or however the fuck you say that thing. If it works, fuck it. I mean, I personally, I feel like that's a waste of ammunition. You could probably get the same result by like a 155 shell or a 120 shell, which is a lot cheaper. But if it's working, fuck it. One of the innovations that I've seen them doing is almost a live drone, which is a wild thing, or it's a live mine. So they take a drone, they fly it somewhere, they land it on the road, and they literally shut it down. And they watch it from a distance with another drone, and when the Russians come by, they blow it up. So it's like a winged version of an IED, which is terrifying. Like I can't imagine fighting an enemy like that. That's the worst thing I could ever possibly imagine. So your rocket for Homeland Defense goes to Estes Rocket, and look at their Patriot. What? Go to Estes Rocket? Hold on. Oh, Hobby Rockets. Oh, okay. Cosmic Cargo. Let me see. They have a Patriot. Saturn V. This is cool. Rockets. I'm gonna take a look. I'll show you guys as soon as I find it. Red Flare, Saturn V, Long Ranger, Star Seeker. I'm looking for a Patriot. Alpha 3. Man, there's 7 pages of rockets. We gotta search. UMAS M104 Patriot. So it's a $20 rocket, and it looks very similar to a PAC-2 interceptor. Let me show you. Right there. And that's almost identical, because here is what a Patriot PAC-2 interceptor looks like. So that's not bad. Oh, baby. Oh. And now the fat boy's in the little bed. Look at him. Look at his face on that camera. That is fucking adorable. I love that big dipshit. Do you need to have Florida make jokes about swimming with alligators? On my list, I think. Maybe. I don't know. The American Empire in space. We are made in somebody's image. I don't know. First YouTube stream I caught here to support the creative mind behind Grandpa Buff, the Kid Franklin, and the rest. Thank you so much, Offroad357. Sorry it took me so long to get to your comment. I'm trying to read through as fast as I possibly can. The Line Crosser's Keeper, Travel, Life, and Tisms. That's what she is. Do you wish to have an X-303 fighter from Stargate as a US 6th gen? I'm not... So, okay, this is the thing. I've gotten into a lot of fandoms. I've watched some Stargate, but I've never been super into Stargate, so I'm not familiar... All right, we'll look it up. We might as well. Let me get back to Google. X-303 Prometheus. No. And here's why. Oh, man.
Would you
Nicholas!
intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Such a cute doggo, he deserves an extra treat.
All right, he deserves extra treats. You know what? When you come in like that, swing for the fence. All right, they get extra treat. The X-303 looks like it looks like Professor Xavier's chair. And I'm I'm not being a smartass. That's just what it looks like to me. Let me see. I like your shorts. Keep up the jokes. Thank you so much, Zombie Slayer. I'm going to try. I have some innovation coming your guys' way. I just haven't had time. Hopefully this weekend I have time. I would love to be able to do that. But thank you so much for the support. Please give us a super shit talking episode with Buff and Slavic Special Ed. You want me to just go ham with Grandpa Buff? Okay. Have I considered doing a crossover with Villain Support? What is... I don't even know who... Is Villain Support a creator? I don't know. Villain Support. Huh. I've never even heard of them. I'll have to check him out. That is a creator. I've never even heard of them. Knox was like, what are you doing? Look at him. Now he's like, now I'm going to show you my butt. That's what it is. He thinks this is a different website than YouTube. That's what he thinks. I type fast. I mean X302. X302. My bad. Let me check that out. Oh. Yeah, no, that looks a lot more like a fighter. I don't know if the inverted wing design is worth it, man. It looks cool, but I don't know if that's going to be worth it. It looks cool, but it also reminds me of a Klingon vessel, like a small version of a Klingon vessel. Money for the Model Patriot. Thanks for the Buff Franklin 2024 shirt. Ron Smith, thank you so much for your continued support. Oh, everybody in here, thank you all so much. Let me see. Money for the Model Patriot. Thanks for the Buff Franklin. Wore it to watch the F-22 demo at Oceana last week. And no shit. If you were to make it a Patriot replacement from a clean sheet, what would you want? Multiple shooter and sensor integration, an ability to queue from layered sensors, an ability to queue from airborne sensors. I would want scalable proprietary data links. I would want simple, one-touch, less than 5 or sub 5 minute emplacements. Like literally, you pull a truck into somewhere, you push one button, it does everything for you. I would really love that. So an ability to emplace and displace really, really easy. I would want faster emplacement times. Right now it takes a long time. And when I say emplacement, like you have to, like once your launcher is in place, then you have to go into the system and emplace it so it knows where the fuck it's at. And it takes forever. Not forever. I mean, 5 minutes. But in the world of Scud fights, that's forever. And I would want every single HIMAD air defense unit to travel with their own general officer. And here's why. General officers use air defense as a deliberate risk assessment worksheet block. They say, enemy has missiles. Let's put air defense here. They think we're an infinite resource. Guess what? When you start sending general officers with us, they're going to realize, oh shit, these guys are not infinite. There's only so much they can do, and there's only so many of them. We're running them fucking ragged. Maybe we should pay attention. So that's what I would want. You're telling Knox to talk? Knox, speak. Speak. There you go. That's a good boy. Check out BC 304. All right, hold on. Last one, then I'll check it. That looks like, I don't even know what that looks like. It's kind of cool, though. Let me see. All right, I got the X302. Oh, I did that thing again. Zombie Slayer, thank you so much for the support. Stargate's the GOAT. I've never really got into it. Would you ever consider doing a collab with Fundum BB? He makes really funny content as well. I just haven't had time. Like, I know him. Collabs in general are really, really difficult. It's just time. That's what I struggle with. So, I mean, there's really nobody in the creator space that I like dislike. It's just a matter of finding time. My brother has the same job as you. Sergeant Pape? How do I know Sergeant Pape? That name sounds really fucking familiar. Was he? I'm not even being a smartass. Was he one of my students? Did he recently come through SLC? I swear to God, I know that fucking name. Buff Franklin 2024, make intercepts great again.
Oh yeah, we're gonna put in the fucking work. Fuck them bastards.
All right. Hi, a good night. It's 2 a.m, so I'm gonna go to sleep. It's all right. I got 10 minutes left, so you guys are good. Yay, dork dogs. Knox is a dork dog. He's a big dork. Oh, look at him staring right at that camera. Look at him. Look at that face. I love that big dipshit, but if I look at him, he's going to jump up. I love that. You have no idea how much I love you, dude. You are my best buddy and have been for a long, long time. Has been my best buddy for 10 years. Am I going to the PP range in December with Donut? I'm going to try. I've put my name in the hat, but it's a matter of if I can get the time off and if I'm not recovering from surgery. So, for a fighter aircraft like an Apache type, would you go for Orcas from Command & Conquer? Ooh, that's a good call. That's a good call. Yeah, but I don't really think like an Orca really brings anything different to the battle. Like it's just. Can we have general officers fly with tanker too? Oh, you're working the fuel industry, bro? Fuelers, fucking woo, trying to find. Oh man, if you're not over 18, we feed you to Franklin. Yeah, dude. Everybody low density. That's why I always try and teach. Or not teach. I try and treat my low density good. But I treat my low density good as long as they do their fucking job. Like, here's the thing. If I pull up, if I'm on my site and my fueler makes sure all of my gens are fueled on time, he has a fuel schedule. If, like, this is the thing. I only need fuel every 8 hours. That's what I need. Or not every 8 hours, every 12 hours, depending on if I fill jerry cans or not and how often I run the system. So as long as I get those fuel in those times, bro, you can literally fuck off the other 22 hours of the day. You go do whatever you want to do. But if you start missing fuel times and my operators are waiting on you, I'm going to make your life fucking miserable. I just want you to do your job. But like low density, I will not screw with you if you do your job. Love that shit. Oh, BL4 is a battle cruiser. Or 304 is a battle cruiser. Am I going... sorry, you already asked that. Fuel, Rip Rommel. Would it be overkill if you equip air defense units with laser turrets and Patriots? I mean, I have Patriot. So I will tell you, Michael, Patriot is a singular, like a Patriot system, or you have some Patriot. Like, we never pluralize it. For some reason, like, it's nothing against you. That's just what you've heard on the internet. It's, again, not your fault. But like everyone who's in Patriot, we just say Patriot. Like, oh, I'm in Patriot, or I'm in a Patriot unit. Like, we never pluralize Patriot. So it's really, really strange to us. Kind of ticks off my tism. But we have that. They're called IFPICs. Improve fire protection control? I don't know what the C stands for. But they're like mixed units. Have I played Deep Rock Galactic? I have Deep Rock Galactic. I've played it a couple times. I just haven't had any time. Subbed a little bit ago, type 0 problems. Hey, man, that's what I'm talking about. Halo is one of my favorite sci-fis. Only rare message, humanity is kick-ass. Yeah, absolutely. I will tell you guys, out of all the fandoms that I've fallen into, I have never found a further gap than with Halo. And I say this, the gap I'm talking about, and anyone who's read some of the Halo books will agree with me, the Spartans you read about in the books, and then Master Chief you play in the video game, and God forbid you watch the fucking TV show. There is a very large difference between those two. Like the Spartan program you hear about in the book is way different, man. Should look into the game Nebulous Fleet Command. Is it on Steam? Is that one? What is that? Oh, is it like a four-dimensional fucking real-time strategy? I haven't really gotten into any of those. Skywarden is A10 replacement. Air Force looking at 3 options. Really? Ooh. I mean, ultimately the Skywarden can do kind of the same thing. Like, obviously the Skywarden doesn't have a GAU 8, but like, the Skywarden has missiles. The A10 has missiles. The Skywarden is armored. The A10 is armored. The Skywarden has a longer loiter time than the A10, but the A10 is faster than the Skywarden. So it's kind of a give and take. I don't... Huh. I didn't know that was the replacement. The sci-fi weapons platform you like to use in real life. Pelican. I will tell you, my favorite ship to fly, granted, it can be beaten by a lot of other ships, but my favorite ship to fly in Star Citizen is the Cutlass Drake. And the Cutlass Drake looks very similar to a Pelican. And it's a fun ship to fly. It's comfortable. It's got a good VTOL range. Like it's relatively decent armored and it's cheap. Like it's a good all-around ship in Star Citizen. F-22 upgraded by adding an A-10 gun? Probably not. That would slow it down significantly. That would probably bend the fucking super frame. I have no idea. That's a weapons question. Get a hold of weapons. Weapons will tell you, like, is this a good or a bad idea? And he's going to be like, that's a really fucking bad idea. Or that's a really good idea. A-10 could carry Skywarden. Did I mention weapons used to be an A-10 guy? Not a pilot, but like a weapons guy. Yeah. -1 brain cell. A-10 has 11 pylons. That's enough. Says the guy that never loaded a jet. Whoa, 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 whoa. The Cuddy got buffed? Seriously, Scoob? I didn't know the Cuddy got buffed. Do I ever play EVE Online? I played it for like, I don't know, an hour one time, and then I uninstalled it. Not my thing. Very confusing. EVE Online is calling for me to join. No, it's not. Don't do EVE. Star Citizen is better. Yes. Star Citizen is better in every way because I like flying the surface of planets and doing dumb shit. This is the thing. As much as I love like fighting the enemy, I love doing menial shit in video games. I love it. Like when I play Enshrouded for a few minutes here and there, I just go harvest resources or make this, or hey, I built a new wall, or I'm putting in a new room on my base, or I'm just doing something menial. When I play Star Citizen, I don't go to Ghost Hollow. I don't do like bounty hunting missions. I mean, I have every once in a while, but I scrap, I ship, I mine. Like that's just what I do. I'm like that boring guy. The A-10 gun is 21 feet long. See, I don't know this about the GAU 8. Valheim. I've played Valheim. My major drawback in Valheim, and this is the thing that I don't like about Valheim. You can't travel quickly. I want to go explore new areas. I really do. And that part of Valheim, not a fan. The building, a lot of fun. The fact that you have to factor in like ventilation for your fire pits and shit, I love that. That's a wonderful little detail. I tried terraforming an entire island and the game just wouldn't let me do it. Like I took down all the trees, I chopped everything up, but it kept spawning enemies just out in nowhere because it was built that way. Share my Scoob, I don't know my Snapcat code. Wow, my Star Citizen code. Did I mention these are 12.5% alcohol by volume? And I'm a lightweight because I hardly ever drink anymore. No map nomad. Not with that attitude mods. I did mod it for a little while and I built like a whole village and shit. I had fun playing it. Like it's not a bad thing. I like digging. That's one thing that like Enshrouded does leaps and bounds better than Valheim. Like Valheim and Enshrouded building about same. Like there's some things that are better in Enshrouded, some things that are better in Valheim. Like overall, not bad. Digging Enshrouded, fucking eons better in every way. Traveling Enshrouded, eons better in every way. Dynamic changes to the fucking map Enshrouded, eons better in every way. I love it. Because this is the thing. If you play Valheim, and this is what I love that Enshrouded did, they finally started doing. If you play Enshrouded, and I play on my server, and I'm a max level, and I have all this gear and stuff like that, I can come to your game as that same character. I don't have to bring a new fucking character. Maybe Valheim changed, but I love that. I place beds everywhere in Valheim that keeps enemies from spawning. Friends and I made a city that way. Oh, I guess that'll work. Deep Rock Galactic. I have played Deep Rock Galactic. We want him to get the free Jeff. Have I played V Rising? I looked at it. I never played it. We can help you with crazy aircraft ideas. Just be 18 or older. Weapons is just, he's pushing. You know, weapons. You're a true American hero. Hero. Did I mention I'm really, really tired, guys? I don't know if I mentioned that. I feel like this entire week, like the whole week together combined, I've gotten maybe 12 and a half, 13 hours of sleep. The whole week. Together. And I just drank a 12.5% alcohol by volume margarita, which is wonderful. Franklin duct tapes the Gow aid to the top of the kid, and then we see him sitting on a gunner chair with goggles. I like it. What is going on, Ryan the Lost Heart? Alcoholism is on the left. I almost said tuberculosis is on the right. I might be having a stroke, people. But that being said, we just hit our 2-hour mark, and you guys know that I stream for 2 hours every Friday night. I am thank you. I thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm really tired. I'm really like exhausted, and I've had a margarita. Mrs. Linecrosser is probably downstairs right now, rolling in her chair, just laughing at me right now. So I'm going to go get me some rest. I have a lot of work to do tomorrow. I cannot wait. Here, I'm going to go ahead and start this. I cannot wait to share what I have been working on for months with you guys, and hopefully it's done this weekend. I am so excited. Hopefully it's there. I got a lot of other work to do this weekend, so as always, do not give in to the 22 a day. Every single one of you are amazing. If you'd like to support the channel, please go to habituallinecrosser.com, get yourself some merch. I did just find out that the 1 millionth shirt sold on Bunker Branding was my Thrive Under Chaos shirt, and it belonged to one of you, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. You guys are absolutely amazing. You all are awesome, and I would not be where I'm at without you guys. So y'all take care. You guys have yourself a wonderful night. I will see you next Friday.